Welcome to 2026. So, how is the market shaping up and how did it end? Well, let's focus in on this market update as far as Dallas. What is the Dallas market doing? Because we know everything that happens in Dallas, that's the core of our real estate. It trickles out and ripples out east. So, in the Dallas market for 2025, we had 19,844 homes that sold. That was a decline from the previous year. In 2024, we had 20,402 homes sold. In the month of December alone, we can see that activity is gearing up because December of 2025 in Dallas County, they had 1,141 homes that have sold. So those interest rates are certainly making the difference. And what are the rates right now? Well, the rates have been holding pretty steady. I know there's a lot of news on the stock market. Is it going to go to 50,000? Where are we at? How's that going to affect rates? Well, all we can do is report on what's going on for this week. And this week, our jumbo rates are at 6.26. And I've seen that number come across my weekly updates for at least the last 28 days. So it's pretty steady at that. 30-year FHA is down slightly. We're at 6.11%. We had been for a majority of the month of December at 6.12. So we're slightly down at 6.11. So it's holding pretty steady to that. And then the 30-year conventional is at 6.36. That's a little bit of a bump up from what we have seen, but we've seen not much of a huge variation on that. We've seen 6.28, 6.31, 6.35, and this week we're at 6.36. I think we will see that number pretty close to 6.3 for the remainder of the month, but we'll see what happens with that and rates. And those are definitely better than where they were 2 years ago. And it's certainly helping us to get more property sold. So, what is all happening right now in Dallas? Well, we have 5.29 months worth of inventory. So, there's over 6,000 homes to choose from. We have about 6,047 active listings on the market as of this week. So for a change, we have inventory. So that is really something that's going to be helping. We're glad to see that we are entering into a balanced market. National Association of Realtors Chief Economist Laura Gian would probably call this more of a normal market because 4 to 6 months inventory in a major metro market is what is considered a normal, healthy real estate market from an economist perspective. So we're finally down in 5.29 months. Now, I'd really love to see that number at 4.29 instead of 5.29 because everybody has to sell in Dallas before they move out east. And so that number really pushes our inventory in our days art market east 60 days longer. And so we may be at 5.29 months in Dallas, and then that's when you'll start to see Rockwall County 7.29, Kaufman County, 6.8, those kind of numbers. Well, how is our most expensive segment of the market doing this week? Well, our Highland Park market, part of Dallas, as far as new listings, it has declined by 5%. So we didn't see as many listings in the month of December go on the market. That's normal. That's pretty normal, but we also see listings have been tightening up in that market. 78 went pending, 78 new listings, and the average price per square foot was $426 per square foot as far as their sales price. So what does that kind of equate out to? So that's about an average sales price of just under 1.5, 1.455 is the actual number. And we're seeing that, that has come down from its COVID high. So that's meaning those buyers that are in the most expensive part of Dallas, they are negotiating heavily because we have not seen that per square foot price close to $500 per square foot in 2025. So that is how the market is kind of shaping up right now in the Dallas area. It's an exciting market. I'm doing my weekly seller reports, and I cannot believe how much online activity we have. We have some sellers where it's 79%, we're telling them, others it's 35%. So if you're in the market or you're thinking in 2026 you want to make a change, you'd like to know what is happening right now, send me a message, a private message, give me a call, and we'll give you a personal look out as far as what's going on. How does it compare with what's happening in Dallas, and where would that buyer come from for your property? Look forward to seeing you next week. Bye.